Hello besties and welcome back to my channel. My name is Chloe and I am just a silly girl. This month's reading vlog is a Fiance picks my TBR. If you have not seen my May TBR video and you want to watch him pick the books, you can go watch that first and then come back. We're gonna read all the books that he picked out for me. I gave him specific prompts and the first one that he picked was Love in Other Words. He said this is the book that best matched me based on like cover and vibe to the book, and honestly didn't realize I was putting such a layup in here. I didn't mean to do that, but this is the first book that he chose, so we're gonna start with this book today. Really quick though, just to go over the other ones in this vlog, he thought that my 5-star fantasy would be From Blood and Ash, tackling this baddie in this vlog. Then he said my 5-star romance would be Magnolia Parks, so we shall see about that. And then I asked him to pick a book that he thought I would like that was opposite of what I normally read, and so he picked The Fury. I guess we'll see about if he's right about all of these. I don't know if these will be 5 stars. I have been putting this off because I'm not totally sure how much I'll enjoy it, but it sounds really intriguing. We're gonna start with the one that is not dependent on me liking it. I do think that these are some pretty good book picks. He wasn't coming from a lot of info on any of them. He was going based off of like mostly vibes, and I think he did a pretty good job. So this is everything we need to get through in May. We're gonna see if this book really does match my vibes. I have my coffee, I have my penny right here waiting for me to sit back and read, and so let's just get right into it. I've read like 60 pages so far. This is where we are. It's a second chance romance. You know I love second chance. It's set in the Bay Area, primarily like San Francisco and Berkeley, but the past timeline is happening in this one like northern area. There are so many weird coincidences and I'm just like, what is going on here? Is this play about us? Like I'm a little scared. It's just, for this to be the book that my fiance picked as matching my vibes, I'm like, how did you know? That is very uncannily matching my vibes, okay? I just think it's funny. It's also super cute so far. It's very fast paced and there are not that many words per page, so that's kind of why I'm flying through it. It is a second chance, like I said. It is childhood friends and something happened and now they have not spoken for the last 10 years and then they run into each other as adults. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. It feels like a very light read. I'm coming out of reading the Boys of Tommen series, so this feels very light in comparison, and which is good because I needed a little bit of reprieve from the emotional turmoil. I have a feeling this is gonna be a very quick read, so I will try to capture as much reading time as I can, but I feel like we're gonna speed through this. So far, it is definitely my vibes. We're gonna keep reading because you know I love a second chance romance, a friends to lovers. I'm so excited. I love this type of book. I love a past, present, second chance, friends to lovers situation. Oh, this is so good. I'm like halfway through this book already. Like, I was like, girl, don't finish this book in like a day or two. Take your time. Really relish in it. You know, soak it all in. I read half of it today and I don't want to put it down. It's basically like time for me to start getting ready for bed in like 15 minutes. Oh, it's so good. I am really enjoying this book. I might finish this book like tomorrow because I need to finish it. I'm gonna keep on reading a little bit before bed and we'll catch up tomorrow morning, but great pick, Kevin. Thank you so much, honey. Good morning, besties. We are back and y'all are gonna laugh at me. I stayed up late reading and so now we are almost at the end. Oops. If I didn't force myself to put the book down, I would have stayed up to finish it. I had, I think, under 100 pages left. I was like, if I don't go to sleep right now and stop reading, I'm gonna hit the point of no return. Like, I'm gonna hit why they didn't work out last time, and I'm not gonna be able to put it down until I find out what happens at the end. So we're gonna finish it this morning, which is good because I do not need to finish this book in one day. That was so unnecessary. But it's because it's so good that I didn't want to stop reading. I literally had to like force myself, and then I laid there going to sleep like, what if I just kept on reading? We're gonna finish this right now before I have to do some work later. I am so excited because this is potentially 5 stars. We're gonna finish Love and Other Words, and then we'll talk about the book as a whole. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Ugh, I knew that was gonna happen. And oh, I'm so annoyed. Trying not to spoil it, but giving you like a point of reference. Like, if any of you have read Every Summer After by Carly Fortune, you read this amazing story, and then the third act breakup is like, I don't like third act breakups that make you not like the characters. And unfortunately, that kind of happened right there. Like, ugh. The third act breakup is so annoying. Why did we do that? Why did we pick something that is annoying? Like, oh, that's so sad. I'm very annoyed because 90% of this book, I was like, could this be 5 stars? Potentially. Like, couldn't put it down. So great. Loved the characters. And then I got to the point where they finally talk about what happened between them as kids. And I was like, I a little bit was like, ooh, that just tanked this rating. Because I couldn't enjoy the rest of the book after that. Like, it made me not like the ending. Ugh, I don't know, has anyone ever read a book like that? Like, I definitely need to ding it, but I don't want to forget about the first 90% of the book, but it's gonna get heavily dinged for that. Like, I'm so upset. Most of this book was very good. I definitely see the hype. Every Summer After is also childhood friends to lovers second chance. That's kind of why I'm relating the two. Like, for both of them, I did not like the third act breakup, and it kind of like put a little bit of a sourness on the book. I do think we started off strong. I did want like a cutesy romance, and that's definitely what this book is. Yeah, I'm a little frustrated at that ending, so I need to take a break. I need to go on like TikTok or something and figure out what other people are saying about this book, because I'm like, why'd we do that? And I've read other Christina Lauren books and loved them, and I'm like, why? It's fine. It's fine. I'm not gonna let it ruin the whole thing, because it was literally like one chapter that I didn't like. But we're not gonna let it ruin the vibes, okay? One book down. We slayed it. I'll see you back here for our next book. Hello besties, good morning. It is a couple days later. I didn't have much reading time yesterday, but we are a bit into From Blood and Ash. I feel like I'm finally kind of understanding what this book is about. I'm really enjoying it, actually. I love the writing. I love our female main character. I'm so intrigued by what's going on. The book does not give you all the information up front. You're finding it out as it becomes relevant. I much prefer when fantasies do that, because the info dump is just overwhelming. This way, she kind of like lore drops during a situation. It helps me remember it better, soaking in a few things at a time instead of like every single part about the world at once and not all of it's even relevant. So I'm really liking the beginning of this book. I just got to kind of how the vampires come into play. I still don't know where it's going, but I understand the world, I guess. I'm enjoying it so far. I had to give you that little update, but we haven't really read together because I've been reading like here and there when I can. I've been super busy these last couple days, so I haven't read a whole lot, just like a chapter when I can. I also am surprised that he knows my reading style so well. Like, I think he knows my reading style so well because every time I'm like shocked about a book, like good or bad, I have to rant to him about it and I have to like explain to him the book and like what happened that I'm shocked about. So he's a good listener. It's like he applied my yapping and picked a great book for us. I'm so glad I'm finally getting to it though, because my sisters-in-law rave about this book. One of them gave me this copy like a year ago and I'm finally getting to it. So I'm really excited about that. The way our book club works is like we read the same books in our own time. And then we just talk about it when we're finally all done reading it. And if only 2 of us have read it, then we speak in code. So I'm finally ready to not have to speak in code anymore. Anyway, that's my reading update. I will talk to you all soon when we can sit and read or when I'm a little bit further or something. But yeah. Good morning, Pookies. We are back. We're making our way through From Blood and Ash, but it's definitely like, I haven't been able to like sit and read for longer periods of time at all. I'm reading like a chapter, if that, at a time. And these chapters are kind of long, so sometimes it's even like a partial chapter and then I have to close it. And so that's gotten me to about halfway, and I'm very much enjoying this book. This book is so good. I'm loving our main female character, Poppy, and our main male character, Hawk. They are having so much good banter and like, it's so much fun, like in the beginning of the story, because she has like a few secrets she's keeping from him. And so the banter just ends up being so good. The reason I think I'm really liking this story is because the banter is good and frequent, but not too frequent. Also, it's constant. I don't even want to say action because it's not constant action, but there is always stuff happening to keep you like glued to the story, which I feel like does not normally happen in the first 50% of like a fantasy book. That's the first, oh my God, how do you say this? I feel like with so many fantasy books that are like the first in a series, you have to wait until at least 50% to like really get what's going on and feel like stuff is happening. But this book, it's constantly stuff happening. I think it's written really well, but the way that they're talking about things is still advancing the story, and there's still an air of mystery going on. There's a lot of secrets being kept that are just like slowly coming out of the woodwork. So even just like her sitting and talking and then her sitting and talking somewhere else is still advancing the story and keeping me hooked. I really like the way this is written. Banter's good. Characters are good. The plot line is getting really juicy. I have been warned that the rest of the series is not as good as this first book, but I just know I'm going to finish this book and want to keep reading, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Yeah, so let's keep on reading because I need to get just a little further into this book today. Like, I must know what happens next. This is getting so good, and I have to put it down. I unfortunately have to be a contributing member of society and work, but what happens next? Oh my God, I'm so sad. I just want to know what happens next. Oh my God. I just got to one of the events they've been talking about the entire book too, and I have to put the book down now. Oh my God. I'm in mourning, I think. I'm just gonna mourn. This is so good. So good. Oh my God. Oh, definitely 5-star potential. Kevin knew what he was doing. Oh my gosh. Craziest thing just happened. Y'all, I be reading, trying to get through this book. And the craziest thing happened. And obviously I can't say what it is, but excuse me? Now what? Huh? Some of it was like, yes. And then some of it was like, I do think now that I am around 70-ish%, I'm losing hope that it's going to finish as a 5-star book. But we persevere. I kind of fear that I'm looking forward to reading something else. So yeah, that's where we are. I do think it's a good book. I don't know. I'm excited to see some plot twists happen because I have a feeling people are not who they say they are. Like I said before, I can't wait for these secrets to finally come out of the woodwork because I feel like there are many secrets and I'm nervous. Yeah, I'm really excited to get to the Fury and Magnolia parks after this because I'm liking diving into a book and being like super invested, but it's hard to be as invested in this because I've been told not to read on. So I'm like, yeah, I don't know. So I'm gonna carry on. I just had to step in really quick and say, what was that? I don't know what to say about this book because now I feel like the whole book is gonna change. I have a feeling book 2 will be nothing like book 1. So, okay, we're gonna carry on now. Good morning, besties. I'm determined to finish this book today. We are getting so close. Shit started hitting the fan yesterday, so I stopped reading. We had to stop and save it. I have like 100 something pages left. Quick maths. I have 104 pages left. I'm gonna finish this like right now. I need this book to like come to a close. Let's get to reading because I want to see what happens at the end of all this. What do I do with this information? Like, what? Now I have to read the next book. What was that ending? That ending was better than I thought it was gonna be. I don't think it's 5 stars, but it was really, really good. I'm kind of feeling like a 4.5 type of vibe. I really recommend that book. So good. So, so good. The lore drop at the end. What do I do now? 2 books down. Now I have to decide which one to read next. I kind of feel like reading The Fury next because I think I want to end with Magnolia Parks. We're wrapping up for now. I will see you when I start the next book, but I have so much to think about after finishing From Blood and Ash. I really needed a book like that. I needed a thick fantasy book to like dive into, and that was so much fun. Oh goodness. Oh me, oh my. I will see you when we're starting the next book. Hello besties, we're back. I couldn't stay away. I just couldn't stay away from my girls. I've decided that I'm gonna read The Fury next because I'm really looking forward to reading Magnolia Parks. So I wanna put it second, but also I need like a really quick something. And I'm in the mood to branch out. After reading From Blood and Ash and like getting my fix of something I was in the mood to read, it actually put me in the mood to read something I don't normally read. I'm like a planned out mood reader in general. Like I like to have a short list of options, what I'm in the mood from, which is why I think monthly TBRs are really good for me because I can pick a few books as like a goal to reach. But then I have those books to pick from, like depending on what mood I'm in. You guys have seen my physical TBR. It is 40 books long. This is book 9 of my physical TBR challenge out of 44. So we have so many to pick from. I do need the list to be like shortened at a time. Anyway, I'm really glad Kevin picked this one because I honestly probably wouldn't have read it this entire year if he did not. I'm gonna start this book, but I will update you once I get a bit into it and I actually know what's going on with the story. And we'll touch base there. We have read approximately a quarter of The Fury. This is definitely a very slow burn. Like, I feel like I'm reading in real time. Like, nothing is happening. We've been setting the foundation for a while. We've been getting to know each character. This book is told in third person a lot. We have like a character he's involved in the situation, but he's kind of like a side character. So he's doing all the describing and explaining, and as the narrator to reader, he like talks to you. It's definitely entertaining. I just like sat and read a lot of it. I don't read like a lot of mystery and thriller, and so I feel like I'm gonna judge this book less harshly than like people who read this genre a lot. I'm intrigued. I want to know what happens. It's just feeling super slow, but luckily the chapters are short and they're kind of bouncing around between following different characters. It's like just barely 300 pages and I'm already on page like 75, so my opinion might change too as actions unfold because right now it's fine, but like I hope it's not a letdown. Hi honey. It makes me want to read more of this genre because I think visiting it every once in a while as like a palate cleanse has been really good. And I'm going to definitely try to do that more actively from now on. But we'll talk soon when there's another update. Hello besties, welcome back. I'm pretty far into The Fury. This is like a 5-part book and I think I'm on part 4. We're gonna finish this now because it's pretty good. It's very, very slow burn. Like, they're just keeping me on the line enough to want to know what happens, but none of these characters are very likable. So I would like to be done with this book. I just want to know the mystery at this point. I really want to start Magnolia Parks. I'm really looking forward to that. I like the narrator, I think. It's just so hard to say because like, he's not likable, but I think I like that he's the narrator, if that makes sense. There's been a couple plot twists and some of them are kind of underwhelming. Like, I wouldn't say I was gasping at any point. I was just kind of like, oh, okay. But it was a quick read, which I appreciate, because if this was a very long book, I probably would not be trying very hard to finish it. I'm not very good at DNFing because I just need to know the tea of every single book. Especially with a murder mystery, I need to know the tea, okay? I'm gonna finish it. It's not bad, but I wouldn't, like, I'm not really sure I would recommend it. But anyway, we're gonna see if this ending is anything worth talking about. So we're gonna try to finish this book right now. I need this book to tell me what happens at the end. Well, I did read all the pages. However, I'm confused. Not about the story. I'm like, it wasn't very like thriller jump scary. It wasn't really, I didn't get any like adrenaline anxiety feel. I need to like look up other reviews of this book because I don't think it was like awesome, but it wasn't bad. It was entertaining. It didn't exceed any expectations or anything like that. So I'm glad I read it before Magnolia Parks. I'm also glad that I read this genre though, because I do want to read more like psychological thrillers, I guess, or just thrillers. I do think that like this is a good sign that I should branch out of my romance fantasy bubble more often. So I'm glad that I read the book. I feel like this was like a good experience. I just wish that the end like was more crazy, like shocking, like gasp worthy, you know? And it just wasn't. It was like a calm reveal, like again, like slow burn is really all I can say. And it will like slowly reveal something and then like back up the story a bunch and like reveal something from before, like give you a new perspective on what happened before. This only happens over the course of like 2 days. But it took so long to get through those 2 days because it was like half a day, go backwards. The other half of the day, go backwards. And the narrator, again, like you kind of don't even like anybody in this story. So yeah, I don't think I disliked it. I think it's like a mid, like a 2.53, like meh. I don't think I'd recommend it. Unless you like psychological thrillers, then you might like it more. But it's not something where I'd be like, oh, this book is for everyone. And I'm glad I read it because my friend gave this copy to me and I have been wanting to read it. So we checked off the box, we got it done, we experienced it, and now we're gonna go put her away. But we have one more book on our Fiance Picks My TBR list, and then we are complete, and that is Magnolia Parks. So I'll see you guys when we're starting that book. Morning besties! I have not read nearly as much as I've wanted to, but I feel like we're enough into Magnolia Parks to like get the vibe, and I'm liking it. Well, for one, I don't really know what the plot is. It's very, very character driven, and I don't really like have an issue with that. I just have no idea where we're going. So this does not feel juvenile. It feels very like self-aware. I don't know if I want to say mature, but like, I guess self-aware is a better way to say it. I was understanding correctly that it is a toxic relationship. It's like an on again, off again. They were very in love. Something happened. They're also childhood friends. So like they've known each other their whole lives. Very close-knit, like circle, found family type of thing. It kind of feels like inevitable to them that they'll end up together, but they're like still hurting each other. So it's not anytime soon that everything will like be all good. So I'm enjoying reading about it. It definitely feels like Gossip Girl-y, like, but if we jump ahead to where like, spoiler alert on Gossip Girl, but if we jump ahead to where like Blair and Chuck are like dancing around each other, that's how I feel right now. I understand why people love this series so much. It's definitely one of those where you can get like super attached to the characters and really invested in their relationship. And yeah, so far it's very good. I would say since I don't know where the book is going, it's feeling like a 4-star-ish based on writing and characters. I don't know. We'll see what happens with them. I love interconnected series. I'm in the middle of Binding 13 and it feels very similar to this where there's like very toxic, problematic things going on, but the characters are like they find their way into your heart. This book, I would say, they're both being very self-destructive, but I hope that it ends up turning out better for both of them towards the end. Yeah, anyway, that's where we are. I'll catch up with y'all again when I get farther into the book and I kind of know what the plot is actually about. I will continue reading and then we will touch base. But so far, good pick. Good morning, besties. Welcome back. We are a good chunk into Magnolia Parks and I'm really enjoying it. I didn't really have an update earlier because it took me a while to figure out like what the plot is. It was so character driven for like 100 pages and I was enjoying it a lot. I think the writing is really good. It's like so yearning and romantic, although they are making horrible decisions. So it's like I'm really invested in them, but it's hard to read. It's just chaos, you know? Now that we are like, I don't know, I'm almost halfway through. We're like comfortably in the plot now, which is a little bit of a fake dating scenario. So I love fake dating. I'm having a great time reading this. Like I said, I love the characters a lot. These characters are definitely very toxic, but there's such like an underlying love for each other that makes me want them to figure it out. They're just treating each other so badly in the beginning. So there are 3 Magnolia Parks books. I know I'm in for it. I'm sure there's a lot of room to grow. I don't know how much time this covers, but I could see why it would take a long time for them to come around and like figure it out. I want them to figure it out. I want them to treat each other well. I want them to succeed. I'm kind of eating this book up. I have been reading it very quickly. So I'm looking forward to getting further into it. I really want to keep going in the series once I'm done, but I do think the next book is about Daisy, so I'm not totally sure if I'll go into it right away. But in terms of this being predicted to be a 5-star romance, we will see, okay? The verdict is pending. I also think I have been pickier about 5-star feelings lately, so far feeling very positively about this book. I'll let you know kind of how it unfolds further down the line. I'm scared to see what happens next. We are back and we are almost done. Like, we are on the brink of finishing this book and it has gotten so good. It's been so good. Like, I had to make myself stop reading it last night so that we could finish it together. I'm so scared to find out what happens at the end. Like, I honestly don't know who I'm rooting for because I'm kind of rooting for like all of them. I know what I think should happen, but I think emotionally there's multiple things that I would want to happen. So it's hard to say. But we're gonna finish it right now because I must. I've been waiting all morning to finish it with y'all and we're gonna read it right now. I'm scared. This is like so toxic, so bad for each other, but you still want them to be together for some reason. Oh my goodness, my heart hurts. So, time for some emotional turmoil. Oh my God. My girl, Magnolia, my girl. Oh my God. When I said I was having a hard time knowing who I'm rooting for, it's because I'm rooting for Magnolia and like nobody else to me matters. I'm like, I know, girl, I know who you should pick. I know who you want to pick. I understand both of them. That's why this is such a good love triangle, is like, I feel like a good love triangle is like someone you think they should pick and you like that person, but also somebody who's bad for them, but like you love that person. And so it's really, really difficult. My heart, as inaccessible and unrelatable as these people are to me, these people are like socialites, rich as hell, 20-somethings, trust fund babies and nepo babies and whatever. Anyway, aside from all that, Magnolia's like feelings and inner monologue, it's so relatable to like me in college, or like, I wish I read this book when I was in my early 20s, because I just feel like this is healing a part of me that has like a scab or like a scar over it, you know? Even though I'm like way moved past like this time in my life of like toxic relationships and not being able to like move on from somebody that you know is bad, like thankfully I'm past that. It's so heartbreaking and healing and like everything to read how beautifully it's written in this book. And like, I know that there's controversy around Jessa Hastings and her writing and AI and whatever, but like this is such a good book. I'm just like really feeling a lot of feelings. Like I like immediately want to read on in this universe. I love all these characters. There's so much like behind the scenes with some of them that I think we're gonna get in the next book. And I think that this actually was a very, very good pick for a 5-star romance. I might be rating it 5 stars. I need to like ponder for a bit and process this ending. Oh my God. Well, to wrap it all up, we have finished 4 books that my fiance chose for us, and I'm really glad that we got to all of these. Some of them did not go as planned, but that's okay, because we got to 4 more books off the TBR. My fiance did a really great job, because honestly, how much is he supposed to know about any of these books? But I think he did a great job picking. I think 2 of them were hits, and those were the 2 that he predicted would be hits. And so honestly, I think he did pretty well. I think that we have had a successful reading vlog. I had a great time reading all these books, and I am definitely looking forward to continuing the 2 that are a series. But thank you so much for reading these books along with me. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope maybe you found a book that you want to check out. I will see you all in the next one. Stay cozy.